Welcome to SalesNOW. Thank you for visiting our website. SalesNOW is an award-winning, robust, fully hosted, affordable contact relationship management solution. It's designed for the mobile device and for the web. Everything that a user enters in SalesNOW on their mobile device, such as contacts, companies, leads, deals, and activities, synchronizes with SalesNOW on the web and vice versa. Every user has a login and password. They can enter their login, which is generally their email address and password, on the web, and they'll have the same login and password, of course, on the mobile device, and the data will synchronize between both environments. Okay, so the first thing that users will see when they log into SalesNOW on the web is the home page. Each user can set up dashboards to display data based on their level of access. The dashboards include the following: sales history, sales funnel, sales forecast, top leads, top deals, cases, and activities, whether current calls, meetings, and tasks, or overdue activities, as well as contract expiry lists. Tabs can be named, added, and managed under the Manage Tabs link. The desired dashboards can be named and added under each tab. Dashboards can be set up to reflect data for the entire team, sub-teams, or individuals, depending on the access privileges of the user. So if I'm a sales rep, what do I want to see when I get to SalesNOW on my desktop? I want to see maybe my sales history, what's coming down the pipeline in my funnel, my sales forecast. So maybe I want to have a tab that has those kind of graphical dashboards. Then maybe I want to create a tab called Activities, which will certainly show me my current calls, meetings, and tasks. Maybe I want to set up some dashboards for my overdue activities. From a management standpoint, I can set these up, and maybe I want to view my entire team's sales dashboards or my entire team sales activities. The bottom line is these dashboards are a great way for users to remain organized when working from the desktop. What we're going to do right now is take a look at the Contact module in SalesNOW. The Contact record allows users quick access to all critical contact details. And we'll take a look at this. So let's say we're looking at Amanda Smith's contact record. The contact record allows you to capture the general contact details, company association, address information, any custom fields that have been added, groups that this contact might have been added to, any secondary owners, attachments, leads, deals, cases, email correspondence, and any activity such as calls, meetings, or tasks. And this activity could be logged or currently scheduled activity. Underneath the Contact tab, there are sub-tabs such as My Contacts. So if I'm the owner of these records, I will see all of my contacts. Under My Contact Groups, this will show me any of the groups of contacts that I've created. My Secondary Contacts will show me if I've been added as a secondary owner to those records. And how that is used today, if two sales reps need to share a record, the My Secondary Contacts is a great way to do that. And then both have access to make changes to those records. The All Contacts tab allows users with leader access to sort by owner and be able to basically view all the records for the entire team and any sub-teams that might be created. There are various ways to sort and query within SalesNOW. So under the Contact area, you can sort alphabetically, by keyword, and you can do advanced searching as well. Depending on your level of access, wherever you see this word scope, you can drill down by your contacts, the entire team, and so forth. So you can drill down by any of the out-of-the-box standard fields and related drop-down lists, or whatever you've defined those as, and also drill down to any additional custom fields that have been created. So the bottom line, SalesNOW, it's easy to get data in and it's easy to access that information. You can also sort all of this data by first, last name, company, by type, city, and so forth. Now, if I'm a manager, maybe I want to take some records and reassign them from one user to another. Very easily, I can select those desired records and reassign those to the desired user with all the related data, and select an option so that recipient will also receive a notification on their mobile device. And so those are some of the management capabilities that exist. So one of the advantages with SalesNOW is it retains all of the history, every interaction with all of the prospects and clients, the people that you're building relationships with. And so here's an example. If I'm a sales rep that has just joined your company and I've been reassigned a bunch of records, maybe a territory of prospects and clients, and I can go in now and easily, and I'll use Amanda Smith for this example, I can look at the history of leads with Amanda, the deals, cases, emails that have taken place, and any activity. So whatever that previous sales rep had entered, I can now go through, get up to speed as to what's taking place, and then speak knowledgeably to Amanda when I call to introduce myself as the new territory manager for her region. So the contacts is a great way to manage all of the people you're dealing with. We're going to take a look at the company record now. Underneath the company record, we have My Companies. This would be any companies that I'm an owner of. My Secondary Companies. If I've been made a secondary owner on any records, this is where I would see those. So for example, if two sales reps are working on the same opportunity and they need to both access that record, my manager can go and make me a secondary owner on my colleague's data, and then I have immediate access to that record, can make changes. That record will also show up on my mobile device. The All Companies tab allows full visibility of all the records. So that will depend on your access level. If I'm a manager, I can view all of those records by sorting the owners. I can also drill down in the advanced searching capability where we see the word scope. I can drill down to my entire team, any individual. I can do a query by any of these standard fields. I can also drill down and show any additional custom fields that might be added. I can also sort the data in many different ways, whether it be by type, by city. We'll take a look at the kind of data that can be captured within a company record. So the name of the company, the industry, address details, custom information such as the account details or whatever you want to add. Any secondary owners, any attachments you want to add to those records, in addition to the contacts that are associated with those companies. So you can have unlimited numbers of contacts, and then all of the interaction with those contacts, such as leads, deals, cases, email correspondence, and activity, such as calls, meetings, and tasks, rolls up to the one company record. So that gives you an idea of how the data is structured in the company record. Now we're going to take a look at the leads record area. Lead records store business potential associated with contact and company records. Typically, leads are used in one of two ways. The first way would be at the discretion of the sales rep. If, for example, the sales rep qualifies the contact and they see potential to do business with that contact, then they can create the lead record. The second way that lead records are used is for campaigns. Leads from campaigns can be imported into SalesNOW via our data management tools and lead imports. And then sales reps on the field can be reassigned these records and then follow up with these leads accordingly. There are various ways to sort and query these leads on the web and on the mobile device. Let's look at these sub-tabs. So the My Leads will show me any of the records for which I'm an owner. The My Secondary Leads tab will show me any leads that I'm a secondary owner on. The All Leads will give me access to view all the leads, and if I'm a manager user, then I can view all the leads for my entire team or any sub-team below me. I can also sort by owner. I can view these by different criteria, whether it's active or inactive. I can do keyword searching. I can drill down and do an advanced search to access these leads by whatever scope, so by my team or any sub-team or any individual. I can also drill down by any of these standard fields and even drill down to show custom fields that have been created. I can also sort the data by lead name, by type, and so forth. If I'd like to schedule the next activity, I don't even need to go into the lead record to do that. I can schedule the next call or meeting accordingly. So let's do that. I'm creating this call, and as you can see, when I create activity from the lead, it will associate with the contact, company, and lead in one stroke. Now, SalesNow is extremely easy to navigate, so I'll go back to the lead area, the specific lead, by clicking Vantage Logistics Lead. Now let's take a look at the kind of information that can be gathered in the lead record. You can gather the general information, such as the associated contact and company, the lead source. If there's a specific trade show and you want to drill down and be able to follow up on leads that are related, you can do so. You can track estimated units and value, or whatever you'd like to call those fields. You can see the custom fields that have been added. Some of our customers will add product or service or competitor information here. In addition, you can see secondary owners that have been added. You can add attachments to these lead records. You can add additional contacts and companies. So some of our customers who work on opportunities where there are multiple players involved in a deal will add the related consultants on that opportunity, or distributors or suppliers. And then when you go into those individuals' contact records in SalesNow, you'll be able to see that same deal lead record. So that multi-linking capability exists under the lead, deal, and actually even our case record area. The email correspondence that's taken place, that will all show, as well as any activity, rolls up nicely to that lead record. Now we're going to take a look at the deal record area. The deal record allows you to capture information as it relates to the following. I'll just use an example, Acme Corporation here. So you can capture the associated contact, company, the type of deal, the lead source, the status, estimated units and value, the stage, probability, close date. And by the way, the stage that you select will show in the sales funnel. The probability will show up in the sales reports. The close date will show in your sales forecast. You can schedule activity from within the deal record. You can view any of the custom information that's been added, such as your product and service offerings. You can also attach files to those opportunities, such as proposals that you might be working on. You can also see the related contacts and companies, such as maybe suppliers, distributors, or consultants that are also working in this opportunity with you. Email correspondence would also show in addition to activities such as calls, meetings, and tasks. You also have the ability to search these deals in different ways. So number one, the My Deals tab will show me all my deals if I'm a sales rep or if I'm the owner of those records. The My Secondary Deals will show me if I'm a secondary owner on those deals. The All Deals tab will show me all of the deals for which I have access to. So as a manager, I can view all of the deal records for the entire team or any sub-team or individual. I can view these deals by active, won, lost, or all, by keyword search. I can also drill down and search these records by whatever scope I have access to. You can also schedule the next appointment, whether your next call or meeting, right from the deals area. You don't even have to go into the deal to do that. You can also take selective records to delete, export, or reassign them to another user if you have that privilege. So that's the deals area, a great way for you to manage the opportunities that you're working on. Let's take a look at the cases record area within SalesNOW. The cases allows you to track service requests, work tickets, customer service issues, or simply to serve your customers after the sale if some sort of issue arises. The subtabs under the cases will show you My Cases and All Cases. The My Cases will show me any records for which I'm an owner. The All Cases, of course, will show me all the records, and if I'm a manager, I can see all the records for my entire team, any sub-teams below, etc. I can also view these cases by new, assigned, closed, or all. I can query these cases in many different ways. I can do an advanced search, drill down by whatever scope that I'd like to see, any of these standard fields, time frame, by any custom fields that have been added. In addition, I can sort by any of these columns, such as the subject, the type. Every case that is created generates an automated case number, so I can sort by that. Let's look at a specific case record. So, mainstream manufacturing with Joshua Hill here. Perhaps we delivered a product and Joshua informed us there was an issue with that product, so we can track this information. So we can track in the case record the contact, the associated company, the origin, where did we initially hear about this issue. We can have a description, notes can be added, the type of issues. So you can predetermine what type of issues you deal with and then have related subtypes. It's all configurable. In addition, you can track custom details and you can attach documents to cases. You can have related contacts and companies associated with the case record, as well as any of the email correspondence and any activity that might have taken place. So it nicely stores all of the interaction. The cases record can also be reassigned. Any records you can selectively delete, export, or reassign to any user on your team if you have the access rights. You can reassign records with all related data in addition to displaying a mobile notification. So if you are in the service industry, as an example, you reassign a service record to a service worker on the field, they can get a notification on their mobile device that they've received this service request. They can go perform the work and mark the work as complete on their device, and that information nicely is updated in SalesNOW on the server side. Now we'll just take a look at the email module. So this is going to simply show you all of the emails that have been associated to records within SalesNOW. And they can be viewed by My Emails, so any of the emails that are associated to records that I'm an owner of. And then if I'm a manager user, I can go to All Emails and view the emails accordingly. I can also view them to me, from me, and so forth. We could do advanced queries by any of the standard fields within SalesNOW as it relates to the searching of these emails, and also drill down by any additional custom fields that might have been created. You can also choose to query these emails by date, by contact company, or even emails that are specifically associated to leads, specifically associated to deals, or cases. So now we're going to have a look at the activities within SalesNOW. They've been broken down by calls, meetings, and tasks. The calls will allow you to view all the calls, whether scheduled or logged, that have been created and associated with records in SalesNOW. Under the My Calls, I'll see any of the calls that I've created. And under the All Calls, I'll be able to see all the calls for all the users if I'm a manager, for example. And I can also view those by today's, this week's, this month's. I can also drill down by calls associated with leads or deals, such as what we see here, and cases. I can also export that data to Excel with one click. I can do advanced searching. Searching is very easy in SalesNOW, as you can see. You drill down by any of the standard fields. If there were any additional custom fields that have been added, you would also see down here something called Show Custom Fields and drill down to those. You can also sort those activities by start date or by first or last name, company, and even by the lead dealer cases down in this area. Now let's have a look at meetings. So the meetings record area, this allows you to see any meetings that are either scheduled or logged. I can view those by the records that I've created and associated with SalesNOW. If I'm a manager, I can view all the meetings for my entire team or any individual. I can view by today's, this week's, this month's, or all. I can filter down by a number of criteria. I can also do advanced queries by any of the standard meeting fields and even drill down by additional custom fields that might have been created against a meeting record. You also have the ability to sort meetings by subject, by contact, by specific lead, deal, or case records, and so forth. So that is the meetings area. And then the tasks, these are basically your to-dos, and you have the ability to track, a number of things within a task record. Let's open up a task record as an example. So you might want to track, the type of task, create pricing proposal. You can predefine all of the fields within SalesNOW under any record. So the task, any of these standard fields, any of the types, and within a task record, you can see the associated contacts, companies, and then sort by doing it, search by doing an advanced search, standard fields drilling down by any custom fields, in addition by any of the start date or contact, company, lead dealer, case, filtering, and so forth. So that is the activity section of SalesNOW. So again, the activities encompasses calls, meetings, and tasks. Now let's take a look at the reporting module within SalesNOW. Reporting can take place in a number of different ways, from the dashboards to the various searching and sorting and exporting to Excel capabilities, but this reporting module allows you to select from predefined parameters. We're going to look at the different kinds of reports. Starting with the activities report, if I'm a manager, maybe I want to generate an activity report for my entire team for this time frame and for these type of activities. I can select Generate and then generate an Excel-based report that will show me who the owner of those activities are, the date, the time, the type of activities, if they're associated with a company, what deals are being worked on related to those activities, the subject, and any notes. So that's the activity report. The leads activity, this is a great report that shows the level of activity against leads. Now these could be leads that the sales reps have created at their discretion, or leads that have been imported from some sort of a campaign. If leads have been imported by a campaign, you can choose the lead source, whether it be trade show or whatever you've predefined that lead source as, and then generate this report. If you leave any values blank, it will just pull in all the data. So let's have a look just at a general leads activity report, and what that will show are the following details. So it will show the name, the lead name, the company and contact that those leads are associated with, the status, so is the lead a lead still, or has it been converted to a deal? How many activities are associated with that lead? how many days it took to get to the first activity, the time to conversion, when was it created, when was it converted, when was it last modified, and so forth. So that's the lead activity report. Now, the next several reports we'll look at are sales reports. The sales forecast, history, funnel, and advanced funnel are all pulling from the deal record. So if I want to have a look at the sales forecast for my entire team, I can choose the scope for which I have access to. I can choose the time frame, the type, and lead source. Once I hit generate, then I'll be able to see the following details in the forecast, such as sales that are forecasted in the next several months, the anticipated close date, the estimated value, probability, anticipated value, the type, the company that that opportunity is related with, the deal name, where did it originate from, the lead source, the next appointment, and status. Now, off to the right, you can see the notes get put into this report as well, and any additional custom fields that your administrator may add to SalesNOW. So out of the box, you have the ability to generate custom-based reports. The sales history will allow you to see any deals that have been won, obviously, and here we're going to have a look at the sales history. We'll select Generate after we choose our criteria, and we can see the historic sales for previous months and any related details, including any of the custom information that will relate to those deal records. Now we're going to take a look at the sales funnel. It's a very simple report and allows you to see the closing from or closing to deals in your funnel, the type, the lead source. You can choose this funnel to show value and units. I'm going to select Generate, Open, and here we have the sales funnel report, and you can see the stage, the deals, and the estimated value in this example. Let's have a look at the advanced sales funnel. So this sort of takes the best of the sales forecast, history, and funnel, lumps it into one report, and you've got the ability to drill down by whatever criteria here, by active, won, and or lost deals. So I'll select Generate here to give you an example of what this looks like, and here you'd be able to see the rep name, the deal name, the contact and companies that are associated with those deals, a contract expiry date if that's relevant to your business, the lead source, the estimated units or value, or whatever you end up calling that, the stage, etc. And then off to the right, any of those additional custom fields that have been added to the deal record. It pulls in that data as well. So that's the reporting module in a nutshell. And so this allows you to select from predefined parameters to generate Excel-based reports. And certainly one of the many great ways in SalesNOW to see who is doing what. Now let's look at the calendar within SalesNOW. The calendar is pretty straightforward. It allows users to filter activities down by meetings, by calls, by tasks, or all of the above, and to view those activities by day, week, or month. Now, if I'm a manager and I want to view one of my sales reps' calendars, I could simply go up the team link here, select the user, and then switch. You'll notice that now the active user is John, my colleague, and I can go back to the calendar and see any activities that might be scheduled. Obviously, John needs to schedule some activity here, but you get the idea. We're going to have a look at SalesNOW Setup. We're going to go to Setup, and we'll look at things from an administrative point of view. So if I'm an administrator of SalesNOW, using the account administration, I can manage billing, users, and teams. If I select account administration, I'll show you briefly how Teams can be established, so you can have an executive team. You can create unlimited numbers of sub-teams, and even below those sub-teams, you can create unlimited numbers of sub-teams. And then to any team, you can add various users. If I select new user, I can choose what team I'd like to add that user to. And then I can begin to add the information. So their name, email, which by the way, the email becomes that user's login. I can create a temporary password for them, assign them administrative rights or not. Team role, members can view and edit their own data. Members can also be given read-only access to everybody else's data. Leader users can be given access to view everybody's data on their team and any sub-team below them, and that would be typically how management and executive users are set up. To any leader or member, permissions can be established to read, edit, and delete, or just read and edit. Language preferences, of course. SalesNOW is available in multiple languages. As an administrator, I can also customize SalesNOW very easily to mold it around what I need to capture in my business. So I can change the names of any of these tabs. I can choose which modules I'd like to appear. I can rename those tabs using this left column here by selecting Rename beside Deals and Leads, for example. Maybe I want to change Deal and Deals to Opportunity and Opportunities. And then you save those changes and they get reflected in SalesNOW on the web and on all the user's mobile devices. The same goes for any configuration or custom changes that get made. So here I can manage any of the standard fields beside any of the record areas. So under Leads and Deals again, if I'd like to rename any of these tab names, field names, I can do that. I can also see what types of fields they currently are, whether it be a text, a list, etc. Anything that's a list, I can go in and then I can add a new item. And as you can see, that item ends up in my list. I can change the order in which it appears. I can use the little pencil icon to edit that if I'd like. Or I could choose to remove any of the options in the drop-down list very easily. And finally, you have the ability to add multiple custom fields. So these would be in addition to the standard fields. So beside lead and deals, if I'd like to add product or service or competitor information or whatever, I can do so. Here for the example, we can see some predefined custom fields that have been added. You can reorganize the order in which they appear. You can also select New to create a new field. So let's call this Widgets. I can choose the type, whether it be text, list, date, multi-numeric lists, and so forth. So I select Next, and I can begin to add my items to the list very easily. And now I'll close that, and as quickly as I've made that change, I can go to the deal record, have a look at that new field that I've created, Widgets. And now I can select those items. Now the multi-numeric select list allows you to select multiple items and place a value beside those items as well. In addition, any multi-numeric custom fields that you create can be linked to any of the estimated unit or value fields very easily. And to do that, simply go to Setup, Customize, Manage Standard Fields, Estimated Units, Link With, Widgets, that new field we just created, save and close. Now, when we go to create a new deal, you notice that this Estimated Units field is locked. I can no longer enter the value up here. The way to do that is to type that information into the linked Widgets field that I've created. Select those items, select the values, apply, and all the data gets reflected up here. So under the setup, you can also change the time settings. You have the ability to send yourself the installation link to install SalesNOW on your device. You can also install the Outlook integration capabilities. Today we have Outlook 07 and 2010 integration. And you also have the ability to use our data import tools. Our data import tools are a great way to import data. And the first importing tool that we have is the import contacts and companies. When I select this, you'll notice there's a 3-step process, super easy. The first step is that you download a link. Select the link to download the template, then take data that you have in your current spreadsheet, copy it, paste it into the corresponding columns in our spreadsheet, place the SalesNOW user email address beside each row of data, and save that file, browse, select it, continue, and then it will create the contact and associated company records. The second data import tool we have is the import leads. So our customers today use this frequently for campaigns. This has an easy 3-step process. You simply download our template, and then you have the ability to paste the lead, company, and contact details into that template, place the SalesNOW user email address beside each row of data there to receive, and then you could even schedule all the follow-up calls that are associated with that lead import so that your sales reps have a next step associated with all of those leads. And very similarly, we have an import deals template, 3-step process. So you've got the ability to go ahead and import historic or active or current deals maybe from an existing CRM that you're moving away from. You're moving to SalesNOW. Paste the data into the corresponding columns in our template and save that file. And then you could even select the next steps for all those deals that are being imported as well. So those are some of the importing tools, and as it relates to importing, those tools are one way to import the data. You can import records from your mobile device address book. You also have the ability to import contacts from Outlook once you've installed the Outlook integration component. So the advantage of the customized area within SalesNOW is that you can mold SalesNOW around how you do business. And all those custom changes that you make get reflected on all your users' mobile devices and in SalesNOW on the web. SalesNOW is extremely easy to use, allowing users to remain organized while tracking and managing all aspects of the sales cycle in real time, anytime, anywhere. So it's a fantastic tool that's been designed to help you be more productive and make, hopefully, more money.